cannabis sector looks like it's experiencing kind of a bad high right now, with major cannabis companies in Canada and the U.S. down anywhere from 1% down to 20%. The 20%er is Tilray. Tilray's bruising pretty much the sector after posting third quarter results. The company not only reported a wider loss than analyst expectations and missed revenues, but also revealed it no longer will generate adjusted positive free cash flow for fiscal year 2024 due to delayed timing for collecting cash on various asset sales. That said, the company is still growing one major part of its business, its global cannabis net revenue up 33% annually, and its beverage alcohol net revenue jumping 165%. Let's bring in Chairman and CEO Irwin Simon. Listen, you've got a tough row to hoe here, Irwin. Some states have not legalized it yet here in the U.S. You're based in Canada, but clearly investors need a reason, and you would think that it would be the alcohol business, which you're trying very hard to transition to. Let's first tackle the bad stuff. What asset sales are you waiting on for the cash?
So, Liz, hey, I think lots of great things happening. It's just a matter of time. We're a 5-year-old business, and I like, with David Needleman, I remember starting with him with JetBlue, with Hain and Blue Potato Chips. So It does take time. And, with regulatory out there in regards to cannabis, I thought 4 years ago when President Biden was being sworn in, legalization would have happened in the U.S., but it didn't. So what I did with our team, we took a different direction. We focused on our Canadian cannabis business. Our Canadian cannabis business, we're number one in Canada in recreational, and we have a strong medical cannabis business. Number two, we diversified. Now we're the 5th largest craft brewer in America. In 2020, didn't sell any beer. Today we'll sell 12.5 million cases. We have one of the number one bourbon products in the U.S. in Breckenridge Bourbon, and we have a wellness product called Manitoba Harvest. And Europe, hey, with Europe today, what just happened in Germany in regards to the changes there, big opportunity. So we're well positioned. And listen, we did lots of acquisitions. It takes a little longer in divesting some of the assets. It takes a little longer in regards to integration, taking out costs. But you look at our growth in sales, you look at our innovation, you look at what we're doing, and I come back and say, there's a time you look in the mirror and someone says you don't look good, but you don't feel good. But there's a lot of great things here happening at Tilray.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. And you may go down as a Harvard case study on how to shift while you wait for legislation to come your way. I don't want to breeze over the Germany situation. Germany just legalized small amounts of marijuana for adults over 18, and they are now allowed to join cannabis clubs. When do you suppose, and this is the million-dollar question, that the United States will look at just across the entire nation and see that we have a patchwork here and that they could be getting way more in tax revenues if they legalize it across the board? I know it's left up to individual states, but what are you hearing about the next state that may turn in your favor?
So, with that right now, there's a vote going to happen in Florida coming up in the November elections. But step back for a second. In regards to rescheduling, I think where Tilray is well positioned there, if they legalize and reschedule medical cannabis or cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, big opportunities. It allows, Tilray, who has a strong medical business in Europe, a strong medical business in Canada, has one of the biggest grows in the world, to be able to export cannabis in the U.S. And right now, a lot of these MSOs already have infrastructure in recreational cannabis, but not the medical cannabis opportunities that are there. So there's a big opportunity waiting for us in the U.S., depending upon what happens in regards to rescheduling. But step back for a second. Right now, the Canadian government is talking about a flat tax in Canada, excise tax. We pay over $150 million in excise tax. So if you multiply that by 10 times, look at the tax dollars that the U.S. government is missing out there. And I'm really excited about Germany. Germany's 80 million people. In regards to the new rules in Germany, in regards to every doctor can prescribe medical cannabis, the opportunities for us there. We have a grow facility in Germany, a grow facility in Portugal that can supply Germany and supply a good part of Europe.
Well, I suppose Florida and that vote will continue to watch for that, Irwin. And in the meantime, bourbon, right? You're going big on bourbon.
Listen, but also bourbon. And you just said before about Molson Coors and the opportunity where they were upgraded by Goldman. Beer is not going away. And, you know, our job is to make beer fun, beer exciting. Our young students, millennials, are back drinking beer from a price standpoint, from a coolness standpoint, and beer will become a big part of our business and the opportunities out there. And listen, infused cannabis drinks, other big opportunities. So
yes.
Tilray is circling the hoop there. Tilray is circling the hoop. It just takes sometimes a little longer to put some of those baskets in the hoop.
Yeah. For the moment, though, you need a Caitlin Clark. The stock's down 21% today. But Irwin, I hear you, and I'm watching. And who turns one company into the 5th largest beer company in the U.S. in just 5 years? That is impressive. Please come back.